So welcome to AI TV. My name is Nick Bradshaw. We are broadcasting live from AI Expo Africa 2020 online edition. We've gone virtual this year because of COVID. So we are working globally with our studio this year. I'm based in Cape Town, and it gives me great pleasure to welcome Bonaventure Dossou, who is a master's research student. I think you're based in Germany. Is that correct, Bonaventure?
Yes, it's correct.
You're based in Germany, and you're actually doing research to look at natural language processing of low resource African languages. So essentially tell our viewers what that means.
Okay, so I can define natural language processing and then African low research language.
Sure.
Natural language processing is a subfield of artificial intelligence that focus on the use of computers to try to understand humans' language, the way we humans we communicate between ourselves, like understanding text, understanding the languages, entity recognition, and everything. Now, low resource language is those languages who don't have enough resources.
Okay.
Like when I go on the internet, I can type like English, I can have Wikipedia pages on English, I can have songs and everything in English. But in those language classified as low resource language, you don't have any Wikipedia pages, you don't have any resource. So I am working on NLP for low resource African languages in order to bring them out to the light, in order to offer them more visibility. Yeah, so briefly, that's it.
Sure, and you've been working on for many viewers watching this channel, they would have never heard of FON. Tell the viewers about the FON language.
Okay, so FON language is the first and most spoken language in my country, Benin Republic. So in Benin Republic, we have more than 50 or 60 different languages that differs according to the region of the country, and each of them has different dialects. So FON, for instance, has 50 different dialects. Now, FON is mostly tonal, like every day, even the baby that was born today knows basically how to say good morning and everything in the FON. But there's no really official documentations on FON. So it's a language that is mostly spoken in the country. It's also spoken in Togo, it's spoken in Nigeria, it's also spoken in Brazil, in South America. And there's no documentation about it. So basically that's about the language.
Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky enough to travel. I've traveled across West Africa. I've been across Ghana and Benin and Togo, Nigeria. I mean, it's an amazing part of our continent that we live on. But there are, I think, 2,000 languages across the African continent. And FON is just one of them, as you say, with all the dialects. So, you know, the Western world and I guess the Eastern world, you know, East, West, North, we take it for granted that, you know, English and Spanish, widely spoken, obviously Mandarin in China. But then when you come to the continent of Africa, you've got these 2,000 languages. And as you say, there's not very much information available. You don't type in, I think on BBC News, they have certain translations. I think they have Pidgin for Nigeria and a couple of other languages as well. But where do you see, or how long do you think it will take to, say, create a dictionary that would be understood for a natural language processing and natural language generation engine for all languages? I mean, are we talking years? Are we talking decades? How long is this a project, do you think, in terms of completing this?
Okay, so I could start by the language I'm working on, FON, and I would say that it's gonna take much more time. For instance, for the service we are developing. We start first of all by 1,000, then got collaboration and everything. Now we are up to 27,000 of lines of data, daily dialogues.
Okay.
So, but for a language is quite small. Like English, I read somewhere that for English they use up to 3 billion of parallel data. So
Wow.
we 27,000 and 3 billions, the gap is huge. So we are gonna put online the service soon, and we'll use it to get more data. From this, we are also working with, like I say, on collaboration with people who released recently a keyboard on Fon, Yoruba, and those Mina, Ewe, those languages. And we are working on putting down, I mean, memorize the basic words, the common words of our societies, of Benin, Togo, and Nigeria. So really soon a dictionary will come out, but I cannot say how big it's gonna be. It's just a joint effort.
Yeah.
Now, if I now want to come on the bigger scale, I think I don't know, maybe in 5, 10 years, if like we keep working actively, because I'm just one of those people. There are very other people, Irobo Ife, Jada Bo, Julia Kruger, a lot of them actually working on their own. Like for instance, there is Mr. David who is working on name entity recognition for African languages. So is like NLP is broad. What we are just doing is just machine translation. So
Sure.
it's gonna be a joint effort, and I don't know, 5, 10 years if we keep going on at this rate, like pressing rate. But if we just pause a moment, it might just take later decades or 1 or 2 decades.
Wow. I mean, so it's quite a big project. Again, to do something that a lot of people just take for granted, particularly if you speak into, you know, a voice assistant, you know, you do it in English or Spanish and it works. But as you say, for us to map all of these languages in Africa, it is going to take a long time. Do you see that there's the possibility
Yes.
to collaborate with a big partner who may have greater access to resources and information? I mean, you know, I think about, you know, someone like the BBC or a large corporation. I mean, have you thought about approaching them for collaboration or partnership or funding at all?
Okay, so we thought about it. We tried it, but so far it didn't work out. Um, BBC wrote an article about us, about what we did, but unfortunately they don't have any, I don't know, maybe journalists or something like someone like that working on the language form. So
Yeah.
we tried to get data from them and everything, but we couldn't. What we did was to try to reach out to the National Television of Benin, or ORTB, who actually also got us an interview, and we asked them for the transcripts of those people, of the journalists that present daily news on those national languages. Because yes, in Benin, there is Fon, there is Dendi, there is Gun, and each of those language has a timeline of the day of the week where the specialists, the journalists of the languages come and present news in that languages.
Okay.
So that's how far we went, but we didn't get anything back yet. I mean, any answer back, we didn't. They said we are gonna look at and we just reach you back, but so far nothing. Same thing for funding, which I apply also for funding, but we haven't had any results yet. Everything we've been doing has been on our own, our student funds, and yeah, so we are completely open to collaborations, to people that can fund us, to people that can help us to have access to more data or faster. So yeah, that's what I can say
Okay.
actually about the collaboration.
Well, maybe we can do some introductions after the show. But yeah, I mean, it may be that there's different funding routes for you, maybe philanthropic as well,
Yeah.
organizations that are
Okay.
looking to help people like you who are doing really groundbreaking, pioneering work on something that really the rest of the world has taken for granted. So I really, if I had my hat on, I'd take my hat off to you and congratulate you on what you're doing. I actually found out about you from that BBC article. So, and we know that, you know, media organizations do have a lot of material, a lot of resources and records that you can draw upon. So, it's, you know, that's why I asked the question. So, Bonaventure, you're based in Germany at the moment. You're doing a master's. So, how long have you got left on your master's?
Okay, I just started my master and I have 2 years left. I'm doing my master in data engineering. So I first of all did my bachelor in mathematics, but everything I've been working around was just for passion. So I want now to dive in deep and know how to actually deal with the amount of data we are trying to collect every day, how to efficiently use them and everything. So I have now for 2 years to go through my master program in data engineering, Master of Science.
Well, I know that Google opened a AI research center in Ghana. I think that's correct.
Yes.
I know if you follow the coast road from Benin into Ghana, maybe you should go knock on the door of. I think the gentleman that runs, who's heading out, is it CC? Is it Mr. Dr. CC?
I don't really know much about it.
Okay, well,
but I know there is a center, yes, in Ghana.
Google have their R&D center for Africa not far away from Benin, so maybe you can hop over there and give. Maybe we can do an introduction there as well. But
that's one of the plans, to go back and
fantastic,
something big.
Well, look, Bonaventure, it is a fascinating subject and a fascinating challenge that you're working on. And I hope anyone that's watching this on AI TV will get inspired to follow in your footsteps and start looking at other African languages that need this kind of attention. I think you're a pioneer in what you're doing. And I just want to thank you you gave a talk at the show, you made a poster, and I just wanted to sort of say thank you as well for that contribution. We really do appreciate it.
So yeah, I would also to thank you, sir, for the opportunity, for the great platform. I think like many others have testified with, like, it was a really great quality. Like, the live, the videos, everything was just neat.
Thanks a lot.
And
well,
yes.
Well, we've all taken a leap of faith over the last 48 hours. Trust me. But yeah, I think we've had very positive feedback, and like, you're in Germany right now. I've been to Israel. I've been to the UK. I'm going to America after this call, and we just got people all around the world at the moment logging in. So we're going to make the entire show is an archive now for the next 30 days, and we're going to be sharing that free of charge to all the AI data science communities now in Africa, and to get more people to see your talk, to see your poster, to see your work, and hopefully you'll make new connections through the next 30 days as well. So Bonaventure, and to your colleague Chris, who couldn't join us, thanks very much for joining us on AI TV, and wishing you well for the future.
Thank you so much, sir.